Okay, guys, I'm making a video for our science department meeting this week. You can choose to watch or listen to the video while you're doing something else, or you can choose not to watch the video and just read through the information. So I'm just going to go through the list. This is the week of September 15th, 2020, our second week of school. I just want to let you know that the grade percentages that you received previously, those are the ones that we're going with for now. Michelle said they're still not finalized by Newport News Public Schools, but we gotta get moving on the grade. So go ahead and set up your grade book and use that test and projects as 35%. You know, the quizzes and short evaluations 20%, labs 25%, and classwork homework type stuff is also 20%. So go ahead and use those. Just remember with teaching and grading, our pace is slowed down. You cannot teach everything you normally do, so don't even try. And what they said at the meeting was, it's not all about the test. So that'll probably be the only time you ever hear that, ever. So enjoy it while you can. Make sure you have a variety of grades across the categories. Don't just have one test that counts 35%. You need to have a variety of assessments there. So we have about 16 class periods, counting the first week of school for this marking period. So maybe 3 to 4 grades per category by the end of the marking period. Don't overdo it. Don't kill the students. Don't give them too much work, but you do need to give them enough to fill the time, but be reasonable. And yes, you can start entering grades into Synergy. So go right ahead. All right, another transition time thing came up, the transition time between classes. A few of my students had mentioned that they were late because they were just getting out of a Zoom session. And remember, our Zoom sessions are really only supposed to last for that hour, and then you're supposed to have that 30-minute time frame afterwards for them to work independently. Now, I know sometimes we go a little over, or sometimes we stay after with certain kids that need extra help. But please make sure that you stop 15 minutes before the next class so that kids get a little bit of break. Heck, you need a break yourself. So, please give them a little bit of time, between classes, since it's not built into the virtual schedule. And I found out today that you can actually make yourself a student in Campus. Now, I'm talking about using the view, the student view, that you can just they said you can actually physically make yourself a student. So that you can understand certain processes the kids go through. Like certain kids that I have are telling me that they can't submit my Google Cloud documents, where almost the rest of the class has no problem doing it, but I can never see what they see. So I think I'm going to try that and make myself a student and try to go through and submit some assignments and stuff so I can see how it works. So that was just something that came up that might help you in answering certain kids' questions. All right, the pairing code thing came up again. We are not generating individual parent codes or pairing codes, for Canvas. That's just too much, So what they suggested is homeroom teachers only are going to send out a form letter that I created, and I'll attach it to the email that I'll send out to you with the all this information on it. Use that, just send it through Synergy, and again, homeroom teachers only, use the form, and it just basically walks the parents through how their own kid can do the pairing codes for them. So try to do that this week if you can. Should be super easy. You're just doing one math email to your homeroom class if you have a homeroom using my form letter. All right, Zoom bombing. If you are having any Zoom bombing incidents, we were told to write down or type up all the details of the incident, when it happened, what happened, if it was a student that things like that. If it was someone you didn't know, you can describe. But anyway, send all the details, they said, to administration. So right now we're going to say send those to Michelle, unless we hear something differently. And if we do, we'll change the person you send it to. But they're trying to keep record of these and investigate. All right, Nicole Kirkendall was talking to us about the emergency LVCs for SOLs. So there are certain kids that can still get the emergency LVCs, but we have to remediate them first and provide evidence of that. Kind of dumb to remediate for a test that you don't have to retake, but there's a quick turnaround time on this, and I've already emailed all the content, so I'm just reiterating. Please get together, and I definitely need to have this information so we can get it to Nicole. There's some paperwork that has to be signed with the plan on it, and the remediation has to be done by October 1st because they have to send the material by October 2nd. So anyway, content team leaders, get with your groups, come up with your plan, and send me the plan no later than Thursday of this week, Thursday morning. If you need to talk to me individually about that, that's fine. There is money. If you do any kind of tutoring, like on a Wednesday or after school or whatever, there is money to pay you for that extra time. 504s, you should have been getting emails from guidance counselors. Just make sure you provide the read receipt, when it pops up. That's their record showing that you got your 504s. Betsy has asked, it's called the Canvas Champions Committee. Anybody who is Canvas savvy, who knows what they're doing, if you are interested in joining this group, please let me know and I will send the name to Betsy. Textbooks. Several of you want your textbooks distributed. You've already gotten with Mr. Jones. He asked to make sure there was no one else in the department because he's in the process of doing that now. So if you send him the information, which is which classes, which kids, which book, all that, he is working with teachers to make this happen. All right, I just wanted to tell you, video lectures, Loom is probably one of the easiest things to use, loom.com, not Zoom, Loom with an L. You can make pretty long videos. It's free. It downloads right away. It's super easy. The only thing is you have to take that document or PowerPoint and upload it to Google Drive so it can see it. Like right now, what I'm doing, you see me. You can actually even change your size of your picture. You can do a little picture. I'm changing it down to the little. Or if you want to be like dead center in the middle of the screen and do like a little demo or whatever, there I am, real big. So that's Loom. The other one that's really easy is Screencastify. We just don't have a subscription. So it only allows you to make 5-minute videos, but they are super easy to do and quick to download. So I've been using that for like little 5-minute demos or whatever, but both of those I highly recommend. The only problem with Zoom, with a Z, is that it takes too long to get the video. When you try to download it, it's like over an hour or so. I do highly recommend Loom and Screencastify. Let me know if you have questions about those. All right, Rodney is also looking for teachers that have specialties with any virtual learning tools and technology, and if you are willing to provide a PD for the district, it can be a live PD, or you can just record yourself and send it to him, and he'll distribute. Just let me know if you're willing to do anything like that, and we'll set it up. All right, virtual science fair is a go. More on this later. Rodney doesn't have all the details yet. It's going to be optional. Students will be recording short videos of them presenting. They don't have to be in the video, but more on this later, but I wanted to let you know he said it is a go. So far, Rodney says they are still not saying that they're waiving this year's SOLs, but that doesn't mean to cram material down these poor students' throats. We don't want to lose these kids. Giving them too much is just going to make them crack. Slow it down, like I said, thin it out. Don't worry about trying to cram it all in right now. We'll figure out something later if they do have SOLs. We don't want to frustrate them. So hopefully things will change and they'll finally decide, hey, we're not going to do SOLs this year either. But I did just want to throw that out there and let you know. Now, the safety contract, I told you this week that fillable one, once you upload it to Canvas, you lose the parent line. It just will not, I don't know why it won't work. So Rodney suggested emailing that PDF to everyone, and I was just like, eh. And then I told you that there was one in Canvas that somebody had turned into a quiz format, so you can use that. It's in the Commons. I've shared it with you through the Commons. There's only 2 things, I think, in the Commons with my name, so just search Rhonda Taylor in Newport News Public Schools. It should pop up. It says 2020 Menchville Safety Contract. The other thing he said was if you were going to have the kids do anything at home, for labs, or even if it's simply going outside and collecting leaves, you have to make an addendum to that Newport News safety contract, because that is really just for stuff at school. So it's ridiculous, but in our today's society, with everybody suing over everything, they go outside, they stub their toe, oh God, it's your fault. So I will attempt to make something as an addendum for at-home activities, and I'll share it with everyone that you can send out, in addition to the regular safety contract. Okay, so more to come on that. Last thing I have for you right now this week is that the Discovery Education app is available to teachers through Clever. You go into the Menchville page. I think you have to go to the student drop down to get to Clever. You open it, and then you have to do a search for Discovery, but all I did was throw the word Discovery in the search bar, and it popped up. It'll ask you to sign in, and then it'll ask you a few things about your interests, what you teach. But then you'll get to your account, and you can, use that as another virtual resource. Now, if you want to add the Discovery app to Canvas, Rodney said he does have to try to find that special key and secret code. He thought that other one that we were passing around earlier this week would work, but then one of the lead teachers tested it during our meeting, and it did not work. So he is going to get that to us. So you might be getting an email soon that says, the special key code and the secret code, whatever, all that stuff that has to go in. It'll be for the Discovery app, so hopefully that'll be coming soon. All right, I just blew through about 20 items with you. I hope I didn't go too fast, but I will be sending the written copy of this, or the typed copy, with the email as well. So let me know if you have any questions, and hopefully you'll have a restful Wednesday. Thanks, guys. Bye.